asked you all, what are the strange habits that you do as a mom that makes you just a little bit more efficient, makes your day go a little bit smoother? And let me just say, y'all are weird. I got a lot of replies. I'm gonna share about 40 of them in this video. I found many of these useful. Some are just funny, and some I have a few more questions about. We probably think we're the only ones doing these weird things alone in our home where nobody's watching except for our children. But I assure you, you are not. I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of comments of other moms saying me too to a lot of these things. Okay, I split these up into some fun categories. And the first one is called bathroom brilliance, because apparently the bathroom is where mamas get a lot of multitasking done. I had so many responses about things we're doing in the bathroom. Okay, so have you ever considered flossing in the shower? This is actually one that I have used as an example before, because I don't know about you, but like the point that I'm at in my life right now as a mom, it is difficult to keep up with certain hygienic things, including flossing. And I don't want to show up at my dentist appointment and the dentist asking me, how often do you floss? And as I'm bleeding all over, I am trying to come up with an answer that I'm not going to get in trouble for. So the point is, if I associate flossing with taking a shower, it's just killing two birds with one stone. I have a little mirror set up in there, so like I can see myself and do things efficiently. It saves time for me. It's weird, then it's worth it. Not too far from this one, I got a response about brushing your kids' teeth in the bathtub. Of course, I had to reply and say, I'm assuming your kids are still fluoride free and not spitting out toothpaste. That's how it is for Aria and Theo, so I feel like they can get away with this, but Jace, I wouldn't be able to have him do it because he already has fluoride, he's learning how to spit, whatever, he has to be at the sink. But I can totally see, might as well get their teeth brushing done while they're in there, 100%. This to me makes sense. Some other funny things that moms have said is clean the toilet and sink while the kids are playing with the tub. That is so smart because it's so hard for me to upkeep with cleaning the house right now. Might as well grab some cleaning supplies, get a little bit of cleaning done while they're in there. One mom said she puts on a clay face mask while they're bathing. That way, by the time it's dry, they're in bed and it's time for me to hop in the shower myself. I love that little bit of self-care that she's throwing in there. And another mom talked about doing a manicure while the boys are taking a bath. So all such good ideas. This next one's definitely a little bit of weird. I wouldn't do this, so I find this interesting. Curious on your thoughts. I do my little workout in the bathroom right before going to bed because in the morning I'm too tired. But right before going to bed, after washing my face, brushing my teeth, I'm refreshed and energized, so I do 10 minutes of workout, short but effective, in the bathroom. I have questions about this. Like, don't you not want to get sweaty after you shower? I can see how you're feeling refreshed, so maybe you have that like last bit of energy. I think whatever works for you, a little bit of increments of workouts can make a difference over time. Someone said when they shower, they put shampoo and conditioner in their hair at the same time to save that extra rinse time. That is like really trying to squeeze every single second out of your day. This one's weird, drinking coffee in the shower. Okay, so this mama says it's efficient and it gives me time to sip it slowly right after I nurse. That way when the baby has to nurse again, it's been past 2 hours and it doesn't affect him. I wonder if she has like a closed top thermos. Is that what it's called? That's thermos, right? I'm assuming it's not an open mug. Okay, this is a mom from Netherlands. Shout out to you. I always see your comments and you're such a sweetheart. She says that I let my kids shower when the kids get home from school around 2 p.m. It helps them unwind, and I have 2 less kids to bathe after dinner. I like this idea of winding down, especially after they've been in school all day. I can see how that would help with that transition. All right, we're moving into the next category, and this is laundry and life hacks. So we are starting off with a weird concept, and it is don't fold your kids' laundry. That's a new thing that I've been hearing mamas talk about on the internet. Richie hates doing the kids' clothes because he's like, hands are so big, the kids' clothes are so small. I'm always the one that like takes their basket and I let him do our adult clothes. But this seems to be a really good way to go, especially for moms who have like 4 or more kids. There's been this movement of not even folding them, just sorting them into the piles for each kid and then just throwing them into their dresser drawer or bins because the kids are just gonna pull them out and put them on anyway. You don't really need to fold them. Like, I totally understand why this makes sense for people who have so much laundry for kids. Personally, I have my kids' clothes in cabinets and I have dividers, so I do want to put them in actually folded or rolled up, but over the week, they 100% end up getting messy in there and I don't bother refolding them. There's really no point to it, especially if your kids clothes are organized into like a bin system, this makes so much more sense. Even if it's just for like a crazy season of life and then you go back to normal folding, I can see how this is very efficient. I had multiple replies about putting family socks by the door. This mama said that her kids don't wear socks in the house. So usually when they're about to run out the door, which is like the most hectic time for a parent and their kids, they always have to run back to their rooms to put their socks on and then get their shoes on and head out. This mama said, when it's hot, I don't put on a shirt. I just wear my nursing bra all day. I actually used to do this too when I was nursing, because I would get too hot with a t-shirt anyway. And if I was gonna be in the house all day and nursing every few hours, it didn't even matter. So loved to include that one in here. This next one is an interesting one. Basically, don't throw out your mismatched socks. Keep them and you can reuse them, and you can actually do a few different things. Okay, this is actually a source I found online. So you can make homemade heating pads. I have not tried this out, but I will include a link below so you can see it. You can also do kid-size hand warmers out of old socks. And then this idea I love the most. You can use mismatched socks to encourage your kids to help you clean. Putting on a few layers of mismatched socks. I need to stop saying that because it's so hard to say. Spray some cleaning spray and have them just skate around and clean the floor. I need my kids to do this right under the breakfast nook table because it is so dirty all the time. And I know that they would have a lot of fun doing this one. And it's a good way to find a purpose for all of those mismatched socks. That is the last time I'm gonna be saying that. This next one, I know that I'm not the only one that does this. Your hands are full, you gotta pick something up off the floor, just use your toes. I do this all the time. Don't we all? I'm sure every single mom does this. Okay, this person said, I play Stardew Valley music in the background while I do chores, cleaning, or really anything. It makes me feel like I'm in a little farming simulation game and makes getting things done fun. My baby likes it too and gets him in a good mood. I don't know what the heck Stardew Valley music is, so we're gonna look it up really quick. I wanna know what I'm missing out on. Stardew. Next, hide from my kids while they're playing well together and see how much I can get done until they need me again. For me, we have this basement. Okay, we moved into this ranch because we love the basement. We were like, perfect. The kids will just be running around playing downstairs. I can cook upstairs and, do cleaning and get what I need done while they're just playing happily on their own. It doesn't really work that way all the time. I've noticed that I kind of need to like usher them down to the basement, set up something for them and kind of like sit and get them into it. And then the other part of this is like put on some background music, like the Moana soundtrack, so that they don't really hear me or notice when I sneak away. And then maybe I've earned myself like 5 to 7 minutes of uninterrupted time. Okay, next category, time-saving health and hygiene. I've talked about some hygienic things a little bit. It's tough on us, okay? This tip was actually one I got for my habits for moms who like to sleep in. And I didn't include it in that video because I forgot. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. People have really been enjoying this. There's a lot of mamas out there who like to sleep in and want some good evening habits. But basically, dry shampoo your hair at night. Put the dry shampoo at night instead of doing it in the morning. When you wake up, it's all kind of absorbed into your hair, and then you don't need to spend any time doing dry shampoo during the day. Not that that takes very long, but like literally every little second we can save count. This one made me laugh. I shave my legs in the living room while my kids play. I sit on the floor on a towel. I have a cup of water to rinse out the razor, and I just shave. And I just shave. I could never pull this off. This is another difficult hygienic thing that is hard for me to keep up with. So like it's wintertime, I don't even shave in the winter. Let's be real, leave a comment if you don't shave in the winter. So yeah, definitely just doing it in the shower, I feel like would be easier, but for whatever reason, it's more helpful for this mom to just do it in the living room floor. Whatever works for you, I love it. Next, I work out in my pajamas or whatever I have on at the time, so I don't have to waste time getting workout clothes on and risk losing the window of time my kids are content. I just feel like this is the common theme throughout this whole video, is how much every single second matters. Like any little bit of time we can save. So I get that. I have worked out in my pajamas before. Something I also do is I will just sleep in my workout clothes because then I am more likely to actually get up on that first alarm instead of pressing snooze. A new habit I started after having my third baby. Anytime I have to bend down to get something or pick something up, I do a squat instead of bending. So one, I can get some exercise in my day, and two, because I usually have a baby in the baby carrier, so it helps keep his head from banging backwards. This is smart. This is a really good habit to just implement in general, is the squatting thing, especially while you're pregnant too. But why don't we just throw in one extra squat on top of that? So you squat down correctly instead of bending over, and then just do another squat. Like, I just need to start doing that throughout my day. Again, every little bit of like extra exercise to keep ourselves healthy as mamas goes a long way. Basically, this mom told me that she wears house sneakers like all day during the day. She says this is based off zero science that she's aware of, but it works for her as a mom of 4 under 4. 4 under 4. Here's my theory. So you know when you're about to leave your house and put your shoes on, or before waking out, you put on sneakers, among the other things you do wear. Okay. It oddly works for being at home too. Like when I'm about to start a busy morning, a lot of to-dos around the house, I get dressed, put on my house sneakers. Not only does it help my feet not ache, but it puts my brain in business mode. I've tried using slippers, but my brain acquaints that with leisure and lounging too much, so it's not as effective. Sorry, I'm just like really identifying with this right now. I think I mentioned this in one of my recent videos, the overstimulated one. When I wear a robe or slippers, it's so cozy and I love it, but like I get overstimulated because I get into this leisure lounge mode, and then the kids get into this snuggle mode because I'm so snuggly with my robe and slippers on, and everyone just gets like very touchy with me, and then I get very lazy, and it all just becomes like this very unproductive day. So I 100% think your theory is true, and I understand where you're coming from. I have a theory that if you wear more active clothes every day, you're more likely to be more active. You might be playing with your kids more than you usually do, or like getting down to their eye level, chasing them at the park, playing tag. So I totally agree with your theory. All right, next category, my mama always said. Okay, sorry, that was dramatic. These are all things that our mamas have taught us, weird things that we carry on into our households. Starting off with one my mom definitely did. It's using old t-shirts or like any old material really that would work as rags instead of throwing them away. Someone said every time we went to a food restaurant, my parents would take a stack of napkins, keep it in the glove compartment in the car. Now I do it no matter where I am or who I'm with, just on instinct. Now I'm left with a ridiculous stack of napkins, even though I don't own a car. It's a great way to be less wasteful. Growing up, I would always watch my mom make her grocery list, which she wrote on a piece of paper based on an imaginary store layout. This was something she learned from her mom, and now I can't make a grocery list any other way. I have a little example of this. This is smart. I can see why this works, because you go in, especially when you're with kids, again, time is so precious. You have to turn around and like go all the way across a store because you forgot something from that section. It's honestly a pain in the butt, especially at a large store like Costco. Next, when grocery shopping, my mom never took the first item off the shelf, only the second or third item back. She said this because the first ones are more likely to have been returned or restocked. If you ever see anyone at the grocery store avoiding the front of the shelf, this is probably why. This is one that actually Richie's mom recently taught me, and I don't know why I didn't know about this. If your kiddo is getting potty trained and they use a pull-up during naps or nighttime, put their underwear on over the pull-up so that when nap time is over, you can just pull the pull-up off from the side, because the sides just come off. You don't have to take the entire underwear, pants, everything off to take off a pull-up. It saves me that extra bit of time. Okay, this one I love. And Nancy, thank you for telling me about it. I don't know why I never thought of it. My mom keeps all her pots in the oven, like most Latina mothers do. My mom did that too. She's Romanian, so I don't know if that's just like a foreign thing in general. And ever since I've lived on my own, I've done the same thing. It's great and saves space until you turn on the oven and forget to take them out. Yeah, 100%. In a small kitchen, it does make sense to put some of your extra pots in the oven. If my mom saw you giving away leftovers with expensive Gladware, she'd laugh at your rookie behavior. She saves pasta containers with lids from sour cream, peanut butter, and yogurt for that. Yes, my mom did that too, 100%. She still does that. It's very normal in my mom's house to open the fridge. You see a container that says eclairs on it, and you think you're about to open it to a wonderful delicacy dessert, and turns out there is lard inside. Is it yogurt? Is it ricotta cheese? No.
It's eggplant spread.
All the containers are misleading. So she reuses them for herself too. But yes, she will send me home with food and she has all those extra containers for that. All right, we made it to our final category here and it is called kitchen quirks. Kitchen quirks. So I talked about this in a recent video, putting on makeup in the kitchen. A lot of people in the comments were telling me that they're gonna try this or that they've been doing it and it has made such a big difference. I've been doing it more, washing my face off, makeup in the kitchen. It's just, if you have kiddos that follow you to the bathroom, it's a lot easier to do your morning routine in the kitchen while they're eating breakfast. It is weird keeping your makeup in the kitchen, basically. You keep it in a kitchen drawer or keep it in a bag so that you can always transport it where you might need it. That might be the car. Somebody else said they always do their makeup in the car. Makes sense. Your kids are strapped up. They cannot be all over you in a car. That's another great place to get a few extra things done. Next, I often make breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time in the morning when I am still fresh. I like this idea. I think that the more I can get done in the morning period, then it frees up the rest of my day to just like genuinely enjoy my time with my kids, especially the dinner part. Crockpot recipes is like fantastic for that. But even like lunch, like preparing lunch in the morning, maybe it's just sandwiches, putting it together and putting in the fridge. That's great. Next person says, I have 2 sets of toothbrushes, one for upstairs and another set for downstairs in the kitchen for everyone. I forget to brush that early, so I have a spare downstairs in the kitchen to brush mine after my coffee. Especially if you have a 2-story house, going up and down with like multiple kids to try to get these things done. So that's a good idea. Okay, last one. We made it to the end. If you made it to the end, leave me a razor emoji in honor of the girl who shaves in her living room. Okay, don't take dishes out in the morning. Who would have thought? Don't do the dishes in the morning. Contrary to what many of us are just wired to do, first thing in the morning, take the dishes out, especially if you're a mom. But hear me out. There's a mom who DM'd me, and I can't find the message right now because I don't remember what it was on, but she basically was saying, I don't even bother taking the dishes out in the morning because I have a big family. I've got, I don't know how many kids she had, but she just directly takes out the dishes to get breakfast prepared on them. So that's already like some of them getting taken out and being used right away. And then at lunchtime, a ton more are being used. And so at that point, she can just put away the rest of the dishes and get the dishwasher empty for the day. That makes a lot of sense if you have a big family and things are being used so quickly. It's like, what's even the point? What is even the point of waking up early to get all those dishes put away into the cabinets and cupboards only to pull them back out to get breakfast on them? Well, I'm way too passionate about this. To get them dirty and then put them in the sink again. I hope you all enjoyed these 30 weird habits for efficient moms. Thank you to anyone who sent me their weird habit. Please leave this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and also let me know any video ideas that you might have or want to see in the future. I read every single comment. I try to reply to as many as I can. So thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next video.